everything I went through is for a purpose. I used to think like, why me? Right? Like I feel like we all get to that space like, why me? Why do I need to go through this? I keep trying to pull myself up out of this dark space, but I just can't seem to do it. So when I do get there and I feel like I am well on my way there, I see that I'm able to also bring people with me because I know how that feels. Like I know exactly how you feel. But let me show you exactly how I did it because we're going to have to yank ourselves out of that. The time is now to boldly step forward, love with intensity, and embark on the journey to create the best version of yourself. Let's breach these barriers together. Hi, guys. My name is Brianna. Everyone calls me Bree. You are seeing my face, hearing my voice as an act of obedience to God. I just said yes. I had a feeling in my spirit to take you all on a journey with me. And here I am. Not ready. Not everything organized like how I usually do. Not every single detail planned out. But I just said yes to take the first step. And I just really hope that this gets to the 1, 2, 3, however many that it's supposed to reach. I hope it gets to that person. So if that's you, hey. So I'm on a journey to becoming my best self. I'm a mother of 3. I have a almost 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Crazy, right? So with each child, I feel like I got to a space where everything just seemed super hard and just unmanageable. So I would be in a downward spiral and I wouldn't feel like myself. I'll say that. I'm a very happy, optimistic, carefree, like I'm a person that just loves peace and joy, laughter, happiness. Like that's me. If I can bring it, I'm gonna bring it. So when I just don't feel like myself, my world gets turned upside down and then it's like a snowball effect. So it takes me a lot to get out of these places where I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to do more. I'm not walking in my purpose, that's for sure. So whenever I had a baby, I always got into those moments. I don't know if it was postpartum depression or I don't know what it was. I just had to literally like yank myself up. So I'm on a journey once again, but it feels so different because I'm choosing to involve God. I always knew God because I grew up in a Baptist church. We got baptized. We went to the kids' church. We did Bible study. I feel like I had everything that I needed to because that's the way I grew up. What I realized that I lacked was a relationship with God because my faith was just so, I didn't realize it, but it was so weak. Like, yes, I'm praising God. I'm saying my prayers and giving him the thanks and the glory, what I thought. But my faith was so little. So I'm just now, not just now, it's been since 2021 after I had my daughter. That's when I realized I needed a change. And right after I had my daughter, I feel like I had the most pain and heartbreak in my life. And I said something has to change. Like, I need God, I need you. Like, I need you, I need you. And I don't know what that looks like or how I'm going to get there. But me just saying it out of my mouth, I need you in a way that I've never needed you before. I needed God's hand on my life. And nothing like detrimental happened, right? In my mind, it was. But it's nothing like, nothing detrimental happened. I'm not even going to give examples. Nothing happened that was like detrimental to my health or my family or my well-being. But I had a friend break up. Everything that could go wrong in my head, I felt like was going wrong because I didn't have that foundation in God that I thought I had. But when things got shaky, I just didn't know. Like I was floating. I didn't know what to do. I had nothing to stand on. So 2021 was my year of downfall, my year of everything being broken apart. But I now know it was for everything to come back together the way it needed to be, the way my foundation, my faith, the way it needed to be. I had faith in all these different things and people. So when those things are taken away, what do you have? I had nothing else that I knew. And I wasn't purposely doing it, like shooing God out of my life. I did not know. And I feel like I had to go through that to really know who God was. So I am on a journey to becoming my best self. And I had it deep, deep in my spirit to start sharing that with people. So bear with me, guys. I'm the type of person who needs to have everything laid out, looking perfect before I even think to present it to anybody else. So this is way out of my comfort zone, and I just want y'all to bear with me, be nice, like don't come with no foolishness. I know if you're watching this or listening to this, it's not by coincidence. I know God has us in certain places, listening to certain things at the right time. I know that to be true for myself. So I'm happy to be here with you all, being all open and transparent and uncomfortable. I've been having this yearning for connection with people. And I know when I have feelings, I know now when I have certain feelings or desires to do things, that's not by my own thinking or my own needs. It's God trying to get me to do something or to move in a different way. So if I have positive feelings, if I have a good feeling that I want to start something new that's exciting for me, I would usually not do it. I don't know why. I would think of every excuse to not put myself in an uncomfortable position or inconvenience myself. So I talk myself out of it. I talk myself out of my God-given duties, in a sense. So when I'm uncomfortable, I will also talk myself out of doing what needs to be done to make myself be more comfortable. When you're uncomfortable, it's God saying something needs to change. Something's not working. And me getting out of my pattern was just me being stubborn and not allowing for the blessings of getting uncomfortable. Either way, I'm not comfortable. But a pattern in my head is more comfortable than doing something that I don't know the outcome will be. Even though I know it has to be better. I know it's got to be better. So I was rejecting all of the feelings and the desires that I had inside, I guess out of fear. Fear was holding me back. Fear of not knowing what's coming next. Fear of not being in control, what I thought I was in control of. Fear of change. Change is scary. Let's just say that. Change is very scary. So me not moving, whether I had the good feelings or the bad feelings, it kept me stuck, and I got to a place where I just didn't even recognize who I was. I'm like, I'm not this depressed person. I'm not this person who has no good outlook for the future. Like, I'm not this person. And I had to figure out where was the disconnect. But it was years of me not obeying what was in my spirit. Not knowing the disconnect was me not being in agreement with what God put inside of me. Trusting my intuition, trusting that when I feel like the joy of wanting to do something, I need to do it, whether it makes me uncomfortable or not. Or the feelings that God put in me to know when something is not working for me and I need to get out of my comfort zone to get better for myself. Me just being stubborn. So not knowing that I was going to be getting all of this enlightenment over my years of getting to know God better. And I still have a long way to go. But him putting the spirit of share this with people as you're getting to know me and getting to know, I feel like I'm getting the hacks of life here. So as I'm getting these downloaded into me, I said, okay, I'm going to act on everything that I want. Everything I want that I know is God given. Because, we can't act on everything, every desire or temptation or whatever you have. You got to know when to tell yourself no. But I'm saying yes to everything that God is putting inside of me. And I'm just so excited to see how it all unfolds with you all. So, like I said before, I've been yearning a connection with people. And after I said yes to do YouTube and to put myself out there, podcast, I got this idea. And it was to connect with other people who also can allow us to spread our knowledge. Knowledge is power, to spread our knowledge. And I feel like we all have something that we can add to the table. We all lack something, right? Listen, I'm the type of person who wants to have it all together, like I said. I have to realize I will never have everything that I need, not by myself. So I've been having this yearning for just a deeper connection with people. Like, I feel like myself when I connect with people. So I had this idea. It started with me saying yes to doing this interview with my mother. I had an idea to do an interview with my mother, and I knew it was one of my goals this year is to connect with people more. So I knew me doing this interview was, one, gonna make us spend time together, because we're literally scheduling out a time to meet and talk. But also, I didn't know me saying yes to just what I thought was kind of a trivial want in my head, but it just would not get out of my head. Me saying yes to that opened up. I feel like God was like, okay, I can trust you to act on what you feel now. And he put this idea in my head to do interviews with other women, other people. So I feel like when we join forces, we'll be able to bring something of high value, or maybe something that someone may not have been thinking about, like, oh, right. Like, it seems so like a duh moment, but why didn't I think about that? And I have those moments so often when I'm listening to podcasts or sermons. So I said, of course, why wouldn't I bring together people? First of all, because I want to spend more time with people. And also because it brings me so much joy, but also, why not spread the conversation that I would have with them? Why not spread that to whoever it's supposed to reach? So me saying yes opened up another door of ideas. And I just know me saying yes, the stepping stones, saying yes to the next step will only bring me great abundance of joy and feeling fulfilled and wealth. Not just money, but feeling whole again, like feeling like me. I feel like success is feeling your best self, really. And I'm on a journey to do that, as I keep telling y'all. But I saw someone, it was on Instagram, it was someone saying that people are suffering because you are not operating in your purpose. And it was so powerful to me, because I had to think back how many times I said no to what God has put inside of me. And I'm a person who loves to help people. If I can help you, I am just thrilled to do it, honestly. So thinking about it that way, me not being in my position for what I'm supposed to be doing is delaying someone else from being in their position for doing what they're supposed to be doing, which will delay the next person and the next person and the next person. We're all connected. So me being afraid to be on camera, or being afraid that I may say something crazy or embarrassed or whatever, that's a small price to pay for the next person to get in position so we can further ourselves in society. Like, we don't need to be right here. We can be up here if more people just say yes to whatever it is they have in their heart. That really resonated with me, and I started to think I wouldn't be here if I didn't have, well, I don't think I would be where I am today if I didn't have those resources, those sermons that I was talking about, those podcasts, those posts that I saw on Instagram. with her saying that you not operating in your purpose is delaying someone else. If I didn't have these people that I listen to, if they didn't say yes, I don't know where I would be. Honestly, mentally, I don't know where I would be. I would probably just be on autopilot or trying to just get through the day like I was and not really being present. And I just pray that you saying yes will allow you to see that it's not just for you. It's for the person watching, whether you're doing something to the masses or if it's people watching that you may not even know are watching, like your friends, your family members, your kids, your parents. Like, you never know who's watching. You saying yes is giving someone else permission to also say yes. You're giving them the gear that they need to armor up to do what they're supposed to be doing. Say yes. Just say yes. Even if you don't know how you will get there, just saying yes to God out of your mouth, saying yes to what you feel inside, He will show you your next step. Keeping your heart open. Say yes to what you've been putting off for weeks, months, years. Listen, I put off so much stuff for years sometimes. And I'm so over that because it creates anxiety and it creates I wish I could be doing that. When you just put the work into what you really want to be doing, you will be so satisfied with yourself and God will be so satisfied with you and He will open up that next step, that next blessing. But you just have to say yes. You got to say yes first to that one thing that you've been putting off and get to it. Yes, God, I will do that. Because you don't know who you're delaying. I don't even want to think about how many people I've delayed, but I'm so happy that I have the chance to propel someone to their next step. So saying yes to whatever it is you have in your heart, that brings me to where I am on this journey. In my journey to finding God more, I started to ease into it. I started to listen to sermons on YouTube. I started to listen to podcasts that motivate me, that inspire me, just to really just get myself out of the funk. They weren't necessarily things that will always be geared towards God, but it was always something that will lift me up or to help me feel. I was craving to feel like how I used to feel, which now I'm aiming to feel my best self. What I used to feel, I want to be, I know in my spirit, and I know God can bring me up to a place where I didn't even know existed, to a joy that I didn't even know existed, and a peace and a place where I'm able to help other people. All these feelings, I now know nothing is in vain. Everything I went through is for a purpose. I used to think like, why me? Right? Like, I feel like we all get to that space. Like, why me? Why do I need to go through this? I keep trying to pull myself up out of this dark space, but I just can't seem to do it. So when I do get there and I feel like I am well on my way there, I see that I'm able to also bring people with me because I know how that feels. Like, I know exactly how you feel, but let me show you exactly how I did it, because we're going to have to yank ourselves out of that. And I know I had to repeatedly try things so I'm able to know first the importance of it, and also to know that I have the strength to carry you all with me. Like, I have the strength to pull you all up. So I'm just so grateful. In the moments I was not grateful, but in hindsight I am so grateful, and I'm able to see that everything that I will be going through, everything that I am going through, I know I can identify, like, okay, what am I learning from this? Like, is this going to be something that I'll be able to help the next person with? Is this something that I prayed for and it's a test? Like, what's the given? You know, like, is something positive? And I'm so glad I'm able to see that, because back then I was just like, oh, this is happening. Okay. Then I just sit here thinking something will magically just happen around me because I'm a good person. I'm going to just sit here, do nothing. I know now, okay, I need to take note of what's happening. I need to take note of how I'm feeling. I need to take note of how I'm going to get take certain steps. How am I going to get to the other side of this? Because I know nothing is going to last forever. I know that now. I'm very grateful for all these experiences, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to get to the other side of this, whatever this thing is. So the things that have helped me are sermons, uplifting podcasts. You see, like I even set the scene. I set my mood. I have flowers. I love flowers. I have a candle. I love smelling good smells. It makes me happy. I put on music and dance. Like I do things to make me feel like myself, even if they feel small or they feel like this candle, for instance. I like candles, but if I'm busy, I'll be like, we can do that tomorrow. It's not that important. The little things that I do that make me feel happy, they really compound together and really just change my mood. Putting on music and dancing, I could say, I don't need to do that right now. But really just taking a 5-minute dance break because it's what I like to do. Singling out things that I like to do and not putting them on the back burner because I don't have time or they may seem crazy or like, girl, what you doing? I'm making myself happy. Your joy spreads to other people. So what you may think looks crazy, like you dancing in the mirror or saying, hey, let's have a dance break. Let's take a second. Put your stuff down. Let's take a dance break. People will probably enjoy it. You doing what makes you feel happy, whether you think you looking crazy or whatever, you're giving someone else the permission to also do what makes them feel happy, even though it's not the norm. You're giving people permission to step outside the box or permission to say, it's okay, we can actually do these things and it not hinder the work that we're doing. We can be human. We can be silly. We can be goofy. We can be serious sometimes. We can be all these things that make us feel like ourselves, and it's okay. So I'm really happy to be sharing this with you all. I feel like I've gotten my footing just a little bit on my spiritual journey. I'm going to say just a little bit because I know it's so much more that I need to learn. And I actually made it a point this year to read the Bible. I'll put the link below. But I bought this book and it's 52 weeks to learning the Bible. And when I tell you just reading the Bible, like I feel like I've listened to so many sermons and you hear about these stories in the Bible, but actually reading the Bible for yourself, I've had so many revelations. So I'm only like 70 pages in. I haven't even made a dent in it yet. And I've had so many revelations and I'm just so excited to get through all of it and be so filled with revelations and the word and what God says about us and how he feels about us. And I'm able to depict like, oh no, God wouldn't say that, or God, this is like, I can know his character to know my negative thoughts are not real. God is not saying this about me. God is not putting this in my head. This is going away from what God said about me. So I'm able to take apart what the enemy is saying, or what it be me allowing the enemy in. I allow the enemy in. So just me being able to depict what's the thoughts in my head and questioning everything and being able to feel God's love even when I can't get the thoughts out of my head. I say, Holy Spirit, please fall in me and through me and help me through this. Help me to clear my mind. Please, God, please get this out of my head. I know you said this. I know you wouldn't put this in my head, and I know you want me to experience joy, and I know you want me to learn from certain things. Like just having this perspective and speaking with God in a way that I know who I'm speaking to, rather than just speaking aimlessly, not knowing if he'll hear it, or not knowing if he's listening or if he's there, or not knowing how me saying what's on my heart will resonate with him. Reading the word allows me to know his character and his love for us and his mercy and his grace. And I'm just, oh my gosh, it's so life-changing. And I'm not even that far into the Bible yet. So I'm so excited to finish the Bible. I got off track, y'all. I got so excited. Um, so, yes, the perspective change of being in relationship with God has really been eye-opening for me. And I just need to share this love. And I need to share this. I need to share his love and his power and his word. I'm so happy to be on this journey. So here we are. I feel like I'm rambling now, but I'm just so excited to be here. Y'all don't understand. Like me spending time with God while also connecting with people. I'm so excited to get to know you guys. Like comment and message me, email me, whatever. I'm just really excited to be helping you all while I'm also helping myself. I feel like it's a win-win, right? Like, so I'm just so excited to be here and come along the journey with me. I hope and I pray you all have a beautiful, beautiful week. And we will be talking soon. I'm very excited. So I pray that you all say yes to whatever it is that you know you're supposed to be doing. And yes, we all have something that we've put off, but I just pray this is your time that you say yes. So I will say yes to speaking and seeing you guys next week. See you guys.